This is the most important video I made so far, and I want to start by saying this. If this video has appeared before you, there's a reason for it. That fear inside me, inside you, and everyone watching this video, the question you read in the title that made you click, the answer is yes. I'm going to tell you something aggressive. Few creators have the courage to say, you might never achieve anything meaningful in your life. This isn't a motivational video with empty promises. This is a confrontation with reality, a reality that's been carefully hidden from you. By the end of this video, you'll understand why you feel stuck, why happiness seems just out of reach, and why the system was designed to keep you exactly where you are. Stay with me, even when it gets uncomfortable, especially when it gets uncomfortable. Influencers giving away more money in a single video than you'll make in a year. Billionaires taking joyrides to space like it's a weekend getaway. People burning through your monthly salary during a casual dinner. And there you are, calculating if you can afford both electricity and groceries this month. Prices climb, your paycheck doesn't. The math never adds up, no matter how hard you try. Your life has become a loop you can't escape. Drag yourself out of bed before the sun rises. Waste your waking hours building someone else's dream. Return to your overpriced box they call an apartment. Repeat until death. Have you ever wondered why you're always exhausted but can never sleep? Why you have everything previous generations dreamed of, yet feel emptier than they ever did? When was the last time you sat in silence? No phone, no TV, no distraction, just you and your thoughts. You can't remember, can you? Because being alone with your mind terrifies you more than any horror movie could. You're not alone in this. If you lift your head from your phone for a minute and start thinking, you'll notice everyone around you dresses the same, thinks the same, has the same tastes. Everyone is a copy of each other. If you live in a metropolis, you're just one of millions. If you do the same things as others, you'll die like them too, without accomplishing anything meaningful in this life. Wake up, squeeze into a moving box where you can barely breathe, work for your owner, return to your 60 square meter cell, repeat the same cycle every day, every month, every year. This is just how life is, they tell you. Grow up and accept it. But is it? Is this truly all there is? I'm here to tell you, there's more. There's a way out. But first, you need to understand how you got trapped in the first place. The system doesn't want you questioning things. That's why videos like this get buried. That's why these conversations happen in whispers. But you're still here, watching, listening. That means something inside you is still fighting. Think back to your childhood. Did anyone ever ask you what brought you joy? What sparked fire in your eyes? What made you feel alive? Or were you told to sit still, memorize useless facts, and follow rules without question? School wasn't about learning. It was about compliance. Remember how your days were governed by bells? Bell rings, you move. Bell rings, you eat. Bell rings, you speak. Just like Pavlov's dogs, conditioned to respond on command. You were told it was normal to hate Mondays and count down to Friday, normal to live for vacations and dread returning to real life. But if education is supposed to prepare you for life, shouldn't it be joyful? Shouldn't it celebrate your uniqueness rather than punish it? Instead, you were placed in buildings surrounded by fences, watched by authority figures, lined up, counted, and ranked against others. That's not education, that's conditioning. You sat in rooms with 20 other kids, fighting for attention from an overworked teacher who had no time to see your potential. Did anyone ask if you understood why you were learning quadratic equations? Or if you had any questions about the world that weren't in the textbook? As you grew older, the pattern continued. More rankings, more pressure to conform. Success became synonymous with high grades. Low grades became proof of your unworthiness. And somewhere along the way, you forgot what curious felt like. You forgot how to learn for the sake of discovery. Why is it designed this way? Why this elaborate system of control? Because free thinkers are dangerous to power structures. Artists question authority. Philosophers challenge norms. Creative minds reimagine systems. But obedient workers? They keep the machine running. Your education wasn't meant to liberate you. It was meant to standardize you. Your feelings of inadequacy aren't personal failings. They're the successful outcome of a system working exactly as intended. You were not born broken. You were broken deliberately, methodically, over decades. Your confusion, your exhaustion, your quiet desperation, all by design, not by accident. Aristotle once said, "The aim of education is not knowledge, but action." What actions has your education prepared you for? Following instructions, meeting deadlines, accepting authority without question. Not exactly revolutionary, is it? Have you ever wondered why they taught you about ancient Rome but not how to manage your finances? Why you can recite the periodic table but can't recognize manipulation in advertising? It's the same reason plantation owners forbade slaves from learning to read. Knowledge, real knowledge, is power. And power is precisely what they don't want you to have. Another problem that wasn't taught to us in school and that confronts us in adulthood is value creation. In school, we were taught that if we want to earn more money, we need to work longer hours. This is selling your time for money. As a white-collar or blue-collar worker, you get this money in exchange for 8 hours a day in a month. The only thing you can do to earn more money is to work longer hours. You're selling your time because you're not creating value. Because thousands of people who studied the same department as you can do the job you do. Your job isn't special. You're replaceable. What did you expect? That you would live a comfortable life by going the safest way that everyone goes, studying for exams, and graduating from your dream school? It's 2025. Being a university graduate no longer means a comfortable life like in the old days. There are now millions of university graduates who have done exactly the same things as you. You're not special. You're copies of each other. People in the other segment earn in 5 minutes the money you earn working 160 hours. Look, did they get here by studying engineering? And what do you do with the small amount you earn? Did you buy phones and clothes you don't need? Or, after your weekday slavery, did you spend your money in silly places during the interval your masters gave you so you wouldn't revolt? Of course, they didn't tell you in school how to manage your money. You go to a holiday in 12 installments, take photos, look like you're living a great life on Instagram, and then work the remaining 350 days to pay off the debt of your 15-day life. You don't even think about how to get out of this situation because you think life is just like this. Actually, you don't have time to think. Work 8 hours, spend your remaining free time browsing Instagram, watch a few episodes on Netflix. Don't forget to take your modern drugs so you don't realize the misery of the life you live. This is the only way to endure your box-like home life that old people wouldn't sit in even if you paid them. Despite everything I've told you, you might be saying, the education system has been the same for years. Why were my middle-class mother and father able to buy their own house, car, and start a family, while these seem impossible for me now? Stay with me, because things have gotten a bit dirtier. Looking at minimum wage workers, who are the lowest segment of society, not much has changed for them over the last 20 years. Even though the economy has deteriorated so much, their purchasing power continues in a similar way. For the middle segment, however, it's not possible to say the same thing. The middle class, which forms the majority of a healthy society, is getting poorer day by day, and this impoverishment has now reached its peak. This is true for the world at large. So how did we get to this point? After the 2008 crisis and the pandemic, states had to rescue large banks and companies that were in trouble, and they did. They prevented a major crisis, but the consequences of the money printed without backing during this rescue operation came soon after. In U.S., crude oil prices increased by 55%, used car prices by 32%, meat prices by 21%, fuel prices by 35%, wheat prices by 37%, sugar prices by 333%, coffee prices by 108%, and rent prices in New York by 23%. The inflation that came with the printed money caused an increase in prices, but especially the middle-income group did not receive a raise in line with this increase. As inflation increases, the middle-income group and the lower-income group approach each other. While this event occurs, the purchasing power of the lower-income group remains the same, while that of the middle pillar decreases, approaching the lower layer. So where is the money that the middle pillar, which constitutes a large part of society, used to earn now going? The truth is that this wealth stolen from the middle pillar is being transferred to the rich. The middle pillar, which is the most important part of society, is now disappearing all over the world. Although it is thought to add wealth to the wealth of the rich in the short term, the disappearance of the middle pillar is a harbinger of the collapse of today's civilization. How? Let me explain. Think of a few extremely wealthy people who have turned into oligarchs. How many shirts do they buy in a month? How many shirts do a few 100,000 extremely poor people buy in a month? And how many shirts do 60 million people living at a middle income level buy in a month? If you reduce 40 million of the 60 million people living at a middle income level to the poor class and put a few of them into the extremely rich class, what kind of change will there be in the nationwide demand for shirts? Correct. It leads to decline in shirt business as well as all others. The middle class is both the segment that produces goods and services by working efficiently and the segment that drives the giant wheels in the economy by spending what it earns. A society where the middle class is destroyed is doomed to collapse, and especially Western societies are slowly collapsing. Is there no way out of this order where our passions in life have been taken away from us? Where we work meaninglessly for our masters? Are we really going to disappear without doing anything meaningful in life? With the right mindset, hard work, and discipline, we can find ourselves. We can be happy. We can get out of bed with pleasure every morning. But for this, we first need to realize that what we've been told since childhood is a lie. You can enjoy what you do. This can be your job too. Memorizing the absurd questions imposed by schools is not the only way out. Getting a low grade in math doesn't mean you're a useless person. After getting rid of your old toxic thoughts, start putting your current self in order. Don't spend 6 hours of your day browsing social media or watching TV series. Don't kill your time with videos you forget 5 seconds after watching. Exercise, pay attention to your diet, improve yourself, and most importantly, follow your passions. Do what feels right for you, not what's imposed on you. Enjoy the process itself, not the result. When you realize how quickly time passes and how you never get tired while doing a job you love, you'll be surprised too. When you see that happiness can be in the work or subject you're studying, not in social media, alcohol, cigarettes, or computer games, your life will change. There's nothing as beautiful in this life as having a reason to get out of bed in the morning. We'll go not down the path everyone walks, but after our dreams. We'll work hard. We'll enjoy every minute we work. And at the end of the day, we'll do something meaningful in this life. What is your favorite job? If you haven't figured out what it is yet, we will figure that out too. But how? That will be the subject of another video. But until you find it and transition to your new job, things won't go as you want. That's the part where I say, it's a hard road. Even if we fail, when we look back, we'll see a person who chased after their own passions, instead of an empty person who worked to realize someone else's dreams. And most importantly, we won't say, I wish. You're not alone in this awakening. There are others like you, watching videos like this, asking the same forbidden questions. Find them. Connect with them. Build communities based on awareness rather than distraction. This isn't just a video. It's an invitation to rebellion, not with violence or chaos, but with consciousness, with the quiet, unstoppable power of a mind that refuses to be controlled. If you've watched the video this far, I hope you're walking your own desired path, or you've decided to start walking after this video. Thanks for watching.